The Horus Heresy. The best thing Games Workshop ever done, let's be honest. Since Rogue Trader, this is the best thing they've done. This and the Old World. But the Old World is still iffy at this point. Nevertheless, Warhammer Fist was upon us. And what did we get here? The confirmation for Plastic Assault Marines. I know, it's quite amazing, it's quite good. Finally, Horus Heresy models, they are not only in resin, but in plastic. That says a lot. We also have an interesting roadmap of how things will release in plastic and in resin. For spring, summer, autumn, winter, and spring again. So it's gonna be quite a year, to say the least. First, we know that we were going to have a Vindicator Siege Tank in plastic, alongside a Knight Lancer for spring and summer. Next, in autumn, we get more Lords of War in plastic, a Dreadnought, and an Armor Mark update. Which means, are we going to see either a Mark 7, that's already getting close to modern 40k, but still, an Armor Mark update. That's really surprising, and that's gonna be interesting. Maybe we get more development on the Mark 5 armor, but who knows. After that, in winter, we have a Mystery Army release, which can be anything from Imperial Guard to Eldar or Orcs at this point, as little as they may feature in this series. And in winter is, I think, when we will get our assault squads in plastic. And then, in spring, to make the circle full once more, we get Legion Command Squad and melee weapons in plastic. Amazing. Let's be honest, I'm excited for the plastic part because that's what really matters in my opinion. The whole resin part, I'm not a big fan. But there are some interesting things for resin as well. For example, Imperial Fist, Evander Garius, and the Sons of Horus, Vrechen Ashradon. In spring. In summer, we get the new characters and upgrades. Autumn is the biggest point for the resin release and roadmap, because then we get a Primarch. Exactly, a Primarch. Now the question is, who? It's probably going to be an upgraded Primarch, and the question is again, who? Well, we'll have to see. Winter comes again with new characters and upgrades, as does the following spring. So by now, resin is looking interesting. It seems they're moving more in the direction where bigger units and what you're going to be mostly buying is going to come in the form of plastic. You're the bulk of your armies. But the characters and the upgrades for them will come in resin. I think this is a nice distinction of doing things. I think this is a good way of making sure you split them apart properly for people that have boatloads of cash to get into the resin part, and for people that don't really like resin that much. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be very honest, I don't like resin. I think I've said this already. But guess what else we have here? The plastic CERTARUS Knight Lancer enters the Age of Darkness. Yes, we get a pretty nice knight for Horus Heresy. We get a knight for the Horus Heresy. What could be better than this? Imperial Knights are always cool, and they will never lose their cool and their charm. But one of them for Horus Heresy speaks a lot of what can happen and what amazing armies we can build. Here's an interesting thing. This new knight is cool looking, but that's not only it. You see, from the images that you might see on screen, the knight has the eye of Horus upon him. And above that, if you just flick your finger a little, you will see that inside the knight, there is a tiny pilot who's just ready to unleash the hounds of war, and of course, all the strength and power that his legion can command. Well, I mean, you understand what I mean when I say legion. Still, it's pretty cool. The Horus Heresy is getting some good stuff. We are getting some very good and nice stuff with this one. And lastly, we get the commanders of the Siege of Catonia. And that includes Vehrehan Ashradon and the Imperial Fist Lord Castellan himself, Evander Garius. These models are the ones I've mentioned earlier in the roadmap as being made of resin. I'm gonna be honest with you. The mask for the Sons of Horus, for Ashradon, looks quite good. I really like it. How should I say this? It spends a lot of time being what's supposed to be, and that is chaos. It really shows the fall of the Sons of Horus, and the whole brutality that you can see in the miniature itself. That's quite something. Next, we look at the Imperial Fist, Evander Garius, who's pointing his giant fist hand at, we can only presume, his enemy in Ashradon. Still, the model looks amazing. We have some fur details on him with a cape, a Terminator armor, who seems... I don't really know about that mark. It's Cataphracti. It seems close to Cataphracti, but it looks like it has a good sending to the, what are they called? To the current Terminators. Fun fact, there are quite some nice distinctions to this model. The Imperial Fist, you can see there's a cross here and there. There are certain symbols that might just represent that, his fate in the future might be one of black. One where he follows the beloved son of Dorn, Sigismund. I know, I'm making stuff up as I go, but still the model is impressive. It even has the Imperial Fist logo upon the cape, and that is quite good. He's also stepping on what I can only presume to be a dead son of Horus, a very dead one that has no longer skin nor flesh nor anything. It's just a skeleton. Still, pretty cool. The model looks quite good, and those two models look amazing, especially alongside the Knight. That's gonna be cool. So for Horus Heresy, these releases are nice. I would say they are pretty good, especially that now we have a roadmap to more plastic, and the way they're splitting characters, Primarchs, and upgrades to be in resin, while more regular troops and what you will use on the tabletop is of plastic. That's a nice split that I really enjoy, and I think it will be beneficial to the Horus Heresy to have that in it. But what do I know? Anyway, I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next one.